Yeah, this is actually terrible. So the title screen right here should tell you how this is going to go. Just listen to this for a minute, okay? I mean, you remember this tune from the beloved Christmas classic film Home Alone, don't you? You remember this tune that's playing, you remember that from the film, yeah? Yeah? Oh. Oi, oi, oi. Now, a game based on a film where a child deals out life-changing injuries to a pair of baddies makes a lot of sense. Problem is, recreating the set pieces in the film would give you a pretty short game, so we need more stuff bolted on. Which is why you can see me here, flying about this snow-covered landscape on a sled. I mean, you remember that bit in the film, yeah? That bit where Kevin rides a sled down the stairs and then flies outside, and then it turns out the thing's got a motor or like an engine on it, so then he starts cutting about the neighbourhood and other people's property, collecting random stuff. You remember that scene? You remember that scene, yeah? Hear that bit though? That bit sounds a little like Home Alone, I guess. I mean, that is as close as you can get though. Finally, at some point, I figured out how to get into the house, which is where we get to the meat of the game. Here you need to run about collecting weapons and then dish out pain to the bad guys before they fill up their loot bar. Oh jeez. You can see some great ambition here. It's like doing a weapon crafting mechanic, albeit a very restrictive one. And one I didn't even realise the game had until I read the review. Years before that sort of thing would be popular. Inside the house are like various bits and bobs, it says. The review's got it down as, inside the house are various bits and bobs. A combination of hairdryer, rubber bands and snowballs make a snowball bazooka. A snowball bazooka. You know, like the one they used in the film? You remember that in the film? But that doesn't make any sense. A hairdryer would melt the snowballs as soon as you turned it on, surely. You know what? There's no need to think about this at all. Whatever ambition this game has is buried under terrible controls and graphics. That means it's really hard to find the stuff you're supposed to use to make weapons in the first place. Or they're in places that are impossible to get to because the controls are so imprecise and rubbish. 38 which gives this game overall, 42% for last ability, and a frankly insane 66 for graphics. Well drawn and animated. Really? Look, this is pants. The review calls it slow, dull and repetitive, which is right on the money. Then they say it should be called Leave It Alone, which isn't a bad pun, but you know, we could do better. Putting that to one side, we can agree this review, but it should really have been given much more of a kicking than this. Much more of a kicking than it got.